Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second contest from Karnataka, Bengaluru. We have Gujarat taking on the home side, Karnataka, and we are all set for a crackling encounter. As these two teams, they are known for having the firepower to go exactly at each other's jugular. They will absolutely not hold back. They will not hesitate in trying to showcase whatever firepower they have, and this contest can very well set the tone of what is going to be the state of Group 6. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you are on any primary work that can be done later as well, this is your time to quickly set your eyes onto the screen. This is the time where you decide that who stands out and who doesn't. They are very good teams, two very talented teams who will be hoping to take on each other and take on each other in the most, or rather in the finest of avatars. We have two captains out there in the center. Tanvi Mawani, the captain of Gujarat, or rather Ishita Mankota is the captain of Gujarat, apologies for the same, wherein we have Aishwarya, the captain of Karnataka. We are live from the Bengaluru Football Stadium and we are all set to witness a Group 6 encounter of the Hero 27th Women's National Football Championship. This is where it all gets spicier. We had the opening encounter of the day where it was Bihar versus Manipur, and Manipur walked away with a cruising victory as they thumped Bihar by a staggering 4 goals to nil. Or rather, I reckon it was 5 goals to nil. So, yeah, apologies. That's the confirmation, 5 goals to nil. So, this is going to be another encounter where both the teams, they're pretty evenly matched and they are going to prove the fact that they are equal to each other. They are equal to the task that is right now being demanded of them. We will quickly try and show you the playing lineups of both the sides. They'll give you an idea of who are the ones who are going to take the field. There you go for Gujarat: Tanvi, Thakor, Ishita, Rani, Priyanka, Khushbu, Anjuben, Anushka, Payal, Dinsha, Purva. And for Karnataka, it's Manasha, Tara, Arjuna, Janani, Rifka, Sanjita, Monalisha, Kavya, Moitreyi, Sonia, and Aishwarya. On your screen from the left to the right, we have the women in orange, Gujarat. On your screen from the right to the left, we have the women in white and maroon, or rather, the team that is deemed as the home side, and that is Karnataka, as we are live from the Bengaluru Football Stadium for Contest 2 of Group 6. Or I don't think it's a Group 6 fixture, so we'll quickly correct that. It isn't, so it's a contest at Karnataka, and we'll be coming live from Bengaluru. We'll quickly confirm the groups as well between the two sides. And the team that will be kickstarting proceedings at the moment are Gujarat, who are decorated in orange and probably would like to showcase their firepower, to showcase what they bring to the table. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway here at the Bengaluru Football Stadium. This is going to be, as mentioned, one of the toughest contests of this group. This is going to be a battle where two teams will not hesitate in pulling the trigger at the slightest of chances. And the ball stays with Karnataka at the moment. Well, again, just the confirmation arrived after a few checkups quickly there, and it is Group 6 actually. So yes, it's a Group 6 battle between these two sides, Karnataka and Gujarat, and both the teams have just started on a bit of a swashbuckling note, doing a bit of running. Gujarat and Karnataka both are very fast-paced teams, and that is exactly what will possibly set the tempo of the fixture, because so far the contest that we have eventually witnessed, they have either been topsy-turvy or they have just kept on shifting momentum from one side to the other. So yes, things change, momentum change, and at the end of it all, the results can also change. Here's a chance for Gujarat, an opportunity. And she has just managed to drag it wide, but I reckon there was a phenomenal bit of touch there from the captain of Karnataka, Aishwarya, who put in a crucial save there to try and trade it away for a corner. This was a brilliant chance for Gujarat, the first chance of the day for any of these two teams. And Gujarat was almost on target, if not for Aishwarya, who quickly timed in with a dive and eventually traded it away. She's also the captain of the Karnataka side and would probably be holding the beacon of life for the home team. And it's the first corner of the day for Gujarat. And it's being floated into the mix, but not the best of corners taken. And once again, the ball stays with Gujarat, and a cross comes floating in from the right. Aishwarya quickly rushes out of the line and collects it with a couple of drops there. No troubles whatsoever. Now the ball's back with Gujarat there. The coach is urging them to try and cover up those quick spaces so that it doesn't really allow the free space there to Karnataka to try and compound miseries upon Gujarat. Both are very good teams, both are very fast-paced teams, and none of them are gonna allow an inkling of space to the other without a war. So yes, you can expect this to be a very spicy encounter. This contest is probably going to give you all the thrills that you have so far been looking forward to. It has been a positive start from both the sides. Gujarat was almost on the cusp of getting that first goal, but what a stunner of a save there from Aishwarya. Gujarat was once again on the heels of Karnataka, hoping to crack open the defense, but at the moment they will have to wait because a couple of missed passes allowed Karnataka to breathe and now surge their way forward. It's a long race there for the player stationed on the far right, but eventually she'll not be reaching it as Gujarat quickly controls the ball. But then again, a bit of poor control there allows Karnataka to try and lay claim to the ball. It's theirs for the taking now. They'll take their time, twist and turn around. A long ranger comes floating in, but Tanvi Mavani quickly puts in a dive, ensures the fact that she's collecting it without any ado whatsoever. And a nice powerful throw there that almost headed down to the halfway line. But this kind of gives you an idea about the kind of power that she has in her arms, and that is so important for a goalkeeper, because if you want to stay in the hunt, it's very crucial that you also carry forward with your power in your arms, like the way you will have to be clinical with your reflexes. 4 minutes on the clock, and both the sides, they are actually looking forward to try and get that all-important opener. They know that that opener will have a huge impact on the fixture, particularly considering the kind of teams that they are, the kind of evenly matched sides they are, and they can really create a lot of differences if they have their eyes set on the prize. So yes, obviously both the sides are pretty passionate about that first blood, about drawing the first blood. Both the sides know what they need to do and what not. They'll just have to take care of the fact that they are alert in their defense, and when they are attacking, they have the required numbers up front. And at the same time, when defending, the team can fall back in unison in a very cautious retreat, quickly mapping around the spaces. And now Bengaluru, or rather Karnataka, on the brink of trying to find out an inlet there. The ball still stays alive with Karnataka. She's looking for support, and the cross comes knocking onto the doors. And a desperate dive in order to try and connect with it, hoping to power the ball past the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, she'll have to wait. And now this is the chance again, but hammered straight away into the player. That's a bit of a slammer there. Both of them colliding with each other. Not really the best of shapes, not really the best of sizes, and not really the best of occasions to have a collision. 5 minutes on the clock. We headed towards the sixth. Both the teams, they've been sumptuous so far, to be honest. Gujarat had a chance going their way, but they couldn't really convert it. Kudos to Aishwarya for a stunner of a save. Karnataka will have to hurry there, and they did a good job. And in fact, they have now launched a counter-attack of their own. This can be danger for Gujarat. The shot comes in, and it's gone into the back of the net as Karnataka secures an early lead. It was a topsy-turvy encounter until now. It was madness at the Bengaluru Football Stadium. And just while we were talking about all kinds of possible heat, that each team would inflict upon each other. Karnataka has managed to stave away a possible attack from Gujarat and turn it into a counter-attack of their own. This is exactly what I was talking about. Look at this. Once again, Gujarat trying to play a high line. All the three defenders beaten. And what a perfection there. Perfecting her run. Exactly timing it so that she doesn't get caught in that offside trap. And eventually comes out the pile driver, weighing or surging past the stretched hands of the goalkeeper. So no chance for Tanvi Mawani to keep it away. And as we were talking about that all-important opener, it's just 7 minutes in the clock, and the hosts have got their first blood. They have surged ahead in what is going to be a long 90 minutes of pulsating football between two sides. It was Gujarat who had the golden opportunity at the other end a few moments ago, but once again, Aishwarya put in a diving save to deny them. And then a few moments later, it was Karnataka who was surging ahead, hoping to find that all-important opener, did put in that crucial, all-important, perfectly weighed pass into the stride of the attacker. And she marauded her way through not one, not two, but three defenders, and eventually timed her run to perfection before unleashing that meaty pile driver that went past the outstretched arms of Tanvi Mawani. 8 minutes on the clock. 8 minutes. This is going to be a long day here. An absolutely long, long day of football. This is not going to be easy. This is going to be all kinds of tough here. But at the end of the day, what would matter is how Gujarat reacts to the incessant pressure of Karnataka. Karnataka has the ball again. Now from the right, the cross comes in. However, the resultant effort sailed over the woodwork. So no troubles whatsoever. They will have some time to breathe here. Yes, it's all unfurling there at the Bengaluru Football Stadium. This is really trouble! And yes, it is. Gujarat is going down the way of madness as Karnataka has doubled their lead in just a span of 2 minutes. This was catastrophe. No communication between the defense, and they have conceded a howler there. Look at this. Tanvi Mawani walks up. There, she passes the ball to the defender, and the defender had no idea where the goalkeeper was, went forward with probably one of the meekest of passes, and that has allowed Karnataka to surge away with a 2-0 lead now. Once again, Gujarat darting down the line, but they won't really have much success. This is going to be all sorts of possible danger for both sides. Karnataka, what a start for them. It's not even 10 minutes in the clock, and Gujarat finds themselves 2-0 down. Well, the first goal, well, definitely Karnataka can walk away with all the possible credits, but the second goal was like a gift. It was a magnanimous offering there. It felt like a raisin being served on a golden platter. And Karnataka accepted it with arms wide open. Clinical finish. But now there is so much work to be done for Gujarat. They are 2 goals down. Well, definitely, once again, football, they say, is a madman's game. It's very unpredictable. You do not know when things can happen and when not. You just need to believe. You just need to keep on pushing forward. Definitely, Gujarat has the firepower. They have the required personnel who can make all these infringements count. This is Gujarat on song. Can they get their way past? Well, that was a staunch defensive move there from Karnataka. Quickly trading it away for a quick throw there. This is really going to be an encounter to remember. Both the sides want to throw metal to the pedal, and that is exactly what is happening. There you go, Gujarat with the throw. Can they get in that cross? It seems difficult at the moment. She wanted to go for that knuckle ball, but again was really not in the position, and she had a couple of Karnataka players guarding away. In order to go for that knuckle ball, you have to try and get your full swing of the foot so that the ball takes the swing and you need to have the proper connection. It is one of the most difficult techniques in the footballing ground. Never really easy, but it's good to see that these girls are trying those techniques anyway. And once again, Karnataka on the search from the right. Can they find an opening? This is another delectable ball. The flag stayed down. Oh my word, what has she done? What has she done? This could have been very well goal number 3. Look at it. Look at that pass and look at the timing of the run. Picture perfect, if we may say. There you go. The flag stays down. Very justified. All she needed to do, I reckon her idea was to chip the ball over the goalkeeper. But what she missed out in the occasion was that she had support. She had support on the left and she was absolutely unmarked. So she had all the time in the world to try and pass it to the player on the far left. But nonetheless, the ball has once again fallen for Karnataka, but the referee's whistle has been blown. So that is going to be a free kick now in favor of Gujarat, and they'll have something, or rather they'll have a sigh of reprieve for themselves. It feels like that they have been choked really hard. It feels as if an anaconda's vice has been strangled around their neck and they are struggling to breathe. But once again, do not be afraid, because they do have the required personnel who can actually break free from the choke, who can break free from the stranglehold and showcase their power. But once again, Karnataka on the rise can have an opportunity, but Gujarat will quickly trade it away for a corner. Gujarat doesn't want to take any more risk, because at the moment they are shaky, they are wobbling, and it's not at all going to be easy. 13 minutes on the clock, and this is really turning out into a battle to savor. It's a corner now in favor of Karnataka. A lot will have to be discussed. A lot will have to be taken care of. It's going to be everything, as we mentioned, but easy. Karnataka whips in that corner into the box, but very well headed away by Gujarat. And now Gujarat is on their way forward. However, not the best of passes to have been laid in the player's stride. But there they comes once again before the pass could have reached its intended destination. It was waylaid by a Karnataka defender, quickly dashing forward to try and cut it short. This is real good defending there from Karnataka. They want to keep it. They want to be relentless about how they go about in the process, how they try and battle things that they are not supposed to see, or probably any possible infraction that they are up against. That's another lovely ball from Gujarat, but can they make it? Well, apparently not, because Aishwarya was quickly off the line and ensured the fact the body shielding that was done by her defender, that was taken care of as she collected the ball without any hustle whatsoever. And this is going to be a long road for Gujarat, but nevertheless it'll have to be traveled. It'll have to be traveled in all possible ways, because if they don't travel that, if they do not plug the 2-goal deficit, things are going to go from bad to worse for them. This is their game to play. It's not that they have completely been confined to their own husk. They have explored forward, they have ventured forth, they have tried and explored their possible options and whatever pockets of spaces that they could create. They could have also secured the lead, but thanks to the captain of Karnataka, their goalkeeper, Aishwarya A, who put in a crucial save. This is another fine run there, an opportunity for Karnataka to send in that cross. Acres of space ahead of her. Can she take the shot? Well, she can't. She took slightly more time than she would have expected. The goalkeeper was quickly out of a line. Tanvi Mawani, there you go. She quickly pared down the angle. She had to hurry. She apparently had to reach the ball, and the rebound was grazed into the side netting despite one of a fine hit. And once again, a poor goal kick. It's just that Gujarat will thank their stars that the Karnataka player was unable to control it, or else it could very well have been another catastrophic howler. The goalkeeper will have to ensure that what she is doing, if you're playing the ball from the back, if you're playing the ball on the ground as a goalkeeper, you will first need to know where your defenders are, and your defenders need to know where you are. That communication must be established in stone, and that is only when you would be able to showcase that, yes, that technique or that tactic where you want to build from the very back, where you want to keep the possession a lot more at your feet, would work out. Otherwise, it would just be a waste of opportunities, and at the same time, you would be vulnerable to a lot of attacks, particularly with a team like Karnataka, They have poachers and marauders in their ranks. So you give them the chance, they will not waste a single second. And Gujarat now on the move. Can they control the ball? That is the most important part. Well, at the moment, the ball still stays with Gujarat. This is going to be a chase between the goalie and a couple of Gujarat attackers. But once again, fearless in her approach, darting forward as if there's no tomorrow. Aishwarya comes out and collects the ball. And now Karnataka on the move again. Once again, this time from the left. And a cross comes floating in. Can the ball find a way? Can it find an outlet? Well, apparently it cannot. And it will be a throw-in in favor of Gujarat. It isn't over. It definitely isn't over. It's miles away from being over. This is a battle that they would all like to savor. This is a battle where they will really like to enjoy a battle. Like, they will really like to enjoy the supremacy. Karnataka at the moment has the upper hand, but do not write off Gujarat already. If they start attacking on all cylinders, if they start firing on all cylinders, it can be a long, long road to the finish line. Another opportunity there for Karnataka. A scintillating cross floating in from the right. But before the Karnataka player could have latched onto it, it was traded away by the defender in time for a corner. Oh my word, this is so problematic. All kinds of problems are now deluging the shores of Gujarat. They will need to come up with a resolve. They'll need to come up with a fix. They'll need someone who can stall all the possible attacks that is out there in the moment. The corner comes floating in. The ball still lingers around in the penalty box. And eventually Gujarat takes care of it. No real trouble. Absolutely no real trouble. At the moment, Gujarat is just trying to keep it simple. But I reckon the game is beyond the extended arms of simplicity. For them at least. The flag's gone up. The player's asking a question there, but again, it was a clear offside. She was almost a yard offside. She missed out the trap actually. Now again, it is, you need to understand that these girls are very young, and for them this is a learning curve. So again, they will learn a lot of things. Like, it's very easy to say to try and understand that offside trap, but at the end of the day, when you're on the field, a lot of things changes. Your mindset changes, and it's not really to carry forward every possible thing that you want to talk about. So it's a lot easier said than done. The players who are sweating it out on the field, for them it's altogether a different ball game, because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are executing, they are the ones who are performing. So obviously a lot of questions will have to be answered. A long throw there by Karnataka. Gujarat trying to keep the ball in, and a couple of drops, and it eventually goes out. And now Gujarat with the throw. The ball stays with Gujarat despite a deflected header from Karnataka. Can Karnataka build another counter attack from there? Well, it looks like they're looking for a few opportunities. Well, I reckon that ball had a bit more power. I guess the referee may blow the whistle. We'll get back to that. We're particularly not sure how it all happened, and what a save! What a save from Tanvi Movani. A couple of saves. The referee has not called it off. So that means that was a clean save in the first go. It felt as if the goalkeeper was off a line. But this save, this is absolutely classic from Tanvi. She'll deserve a lot of plaudits for what she's just pulled off. It was never really easy. Not one, but two saves, and two fabulous saves. But this can be trouble. This can be trouble. And as we were talking about it, it's poor defending from Gujarat that has allowed Karnataka to triple their lead. And right now they are cruising towards the finish line. And this may even lead to a humiliation of Gujarat. They're not particularly sure what would unfold, but there you go. There you go. That's poor defending after what Tanvi has done as a goalkeeper just a few moments ago. You would expect much better from your rear guard. Like, a goalkeeper cannot single-handedly just stave away a 2 to 3 man attack altogether. You keep on passing the ball like that, you will end up conceding. This is exactly where it all goes south. This is where things get broken for you. Gujarat will have to understand, no matter how good of an attacking intent you have, no matter how good of an attacking contingent you have, at the end of the day, you may not survive the heat if your defense is in shambles. And right now, Karnataka is making Gujarat's defense look as if they are not just in shambles, but they are a schoolgirl defense. Another chance, another cross, another opportunity, another goal. Karnataka are on song, and Gujarat has been decimated already. It's 4-0 at the Bengaluru Football Stadium. The hosts are running riot, and Gujarat hasn't got a single answer to that. It feels as if their defense has been run over already. They have been outgunned, outnumbered, outsped, outclassed. Things are happening so fast that even I am trying to catch a breath, and it looks unlikely because the way these two teams have played, well, definitely when Gujarat has come forth on attack, they have looked good. But when Karnataka has come forth on attack, they have looked phenomenal. They have indeed been the phenom of these two sides. And Gujarat, well, they are right now being ripped apart into shreds. They are being tormented, excruciated, and possibly the scoreline will tell you not one but 1,000 stories. A bit of a tussle there on the right wing, and it doesn't seem like that Gujarat will have much joy in that. Oh, he wanted to go for another quick forward pass, but it was well intervened there. And this is another long ball. Can Karnataka control it? It's a long chase for the Karnataka player. Whoever reaches first will be the one to own the ball, and eventually it's a Gujarat defender who reached there first. It's a throw in favor of Karnataka. 23 minutes on the clock, and as things stand, it's 4-0. The ball bouncing off the head of Gujarat defender. But it won't really go far away because Karnataka is again taking it away. Another long ball. Once again, the ball has been received onto the far left. Cross comes in. Oh, it beats everyone. The ball still stays with Karnataka. Shot comes in. Goal 5. Gujarat has again fallen victim to the relentless aggression of Karnataka. And they are being teared and they are being torn apart into smithereens by Karnataka. Oh, the hosts are on song. They are enjoying themselves out there. It feels as if Gujarat is non-existent. Their defense seems to be absolutely non-existent as they're leaking goals like water from a dam with cracks. No idea whatsoever. This is turning into a humiliating affair at the moment as Karnataka keeps on scoring, and they're scoring for fun. They're scoring for sport. Forget every other calculation. Forget every other ratiocination. Forget logic. This is right now for Karnataka. They just want to make this a margin that the world has not seen. 25 minutes on the clock and it's 5-0. We have seen these kind of results happening in the school games. But when you're facing a state team, I reckon the coach of Gujarat will have to have a special discussion with her defense. It's ideally her defense that has let them down despite all the decent attacks and some stunning goalkeeping there from Tanvi Mawani. The last 4 goals have happened in a heartbeat. You probably would close your eyes and you'd miss a couple of goals. That is exactly what has happened, and this is how. So the Gujarat defense is very susceptible under pressure. They're just giving the ball away as if it's not at all their own, and they don't want the ball. They're kind of repulsive to the ball, and Karnataka is making good use of it. The ball's again with Karnataka. Another chance, another try. This time she wanted to go for glory herself. She had 2 options to her right. She could have easily passed it on. There you go. No one marking them, but eventually wanted to go for glory all the way by herself. and it missed the woodwork by Whiskers. I reckon they should now resort to longer shots. These passes aren't really working. It's opening up their defense more than they can expect. Just while we were talking about, there you go, another howler. Probably that won't really allow them to concede, or that won't, like get them another goal down, but allow Karnataka to try and regain control of the ball, regain control of the possession. It's a tussle down to that far right now. Can Karnataka win it? Well, at the moment, no. It was Gujarat. But once again, Gujarat has gifted the ball away. At the moment, it feels as if Karnataka has pinned them down, not just to their own half, but to their own D-box. And it's a very alarming factor. Another long ball, a long-range effort actually. Saw that Tanvi was out of a line. She just wanted to use it, but Tanvi wasn't that out either that she would have problems backtracking and collecting it. She just times a jump to perfection and quickly collects it. A bit of a tussle again. That's good football there from Karnataka. Gets the ball. Sends it looping forward. A quick header. Another long ranger! But this time Tanvi was in position to try and deny it. Good goalkeeping there from Tanvi. There you go. But a phenomenal side volley. You'll have to give it to the player who actually pulled off that side volley. Never really easy to try and pull off those side volleys. Because at the end of the day, I reckon Tanvi has just copped an injury. I reckon while she was trying to collect it, she fell down. This is really turning out into a goal fest now. So Gujarat will need someone who can just step out there, who can help them stabilize their defense. It's not really getting easy for them with every passing second. But again, this is football. So maybe the score line is so overwhelming right now. It may be difficult for Gujarat to try and turn it around completely on its heel, but at least we can try and take heart from something. Put in a much more resounding performance. And a quick water break has also been given just in order to ensure that the players remain hydrated. It's pretty hot out there, but again, even Karnataka, Bengaluru, which is one of the coolest states, even in summer, it really is. It isn't like at the moment they are also feeling the pang of the heat. Finally, the ball goes back to the Karnataka goalkeeper. She'll have to hurry. She almost gave it away. This could have been a real trouble for Karnataka. But once again, she was alert. She knew that the Gujarat defense was coming forward. The Gujarat attack was coming forward. And she timed her pass to perfection. Once again, Karnataka on the attack. Now from the right. Can they create another chance? Can they create a potential goal-scoring cross? A quick pass, a back pass rather. Received well, but once again, Gujarat this time up to the task. But Karnataka seems they are overwhelming in numbers as well. As I mentioned previously, UP isn't just outgunned, or rather Gujarat isn't just outgunned, but they're outnumbered. Apologies for the same. Another cross comes floating in. Chance knocking on the door. Header comes in, but straight to Tanvi this time. Good goalkeeping from Tanvi. She has been beaten 5 times so far. But again, you can't really just blame her. Just as a goalkeeper, it's very difficult for you to keep your nerves. So as things stand, it's still 5-0 in favor of Karnataka. This is getting very challenging. And there's a lovely ball. Oh, before the Karnataka player could have actually received it. It was a well-planned execution, or rather it was a well-planned interception there from Gujarat at the moment. But once again, Karnataka comes back on the prowl. However, Gujarat comes stomping forward with a quick intervention there. However, the last touch was of the Gujarat player. So yes, Karnataka will have a throw in for themselves. Sends another lovely cross. It evades everyone and now it's headed out of the bounds. Unfortunate, just a rare moment of reticence today at the Bengaluru Football Stadium. We are all on our feet. We are all on our toes. If you are a Gujarat defender, definitely you are on your toes, because Karnataka has kept on coming over and over again into your box. And if you're a Karnataka player, well, you know what has been unfurling. And if you are a fan, it's the signal for you to try and hook or fasten your seat belts, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a pulsating battle. Believe me, this game is far from over. Well, Gujarat may not have a solid defensive unit, but their attacking unit is pretty strong. So yes, if they do set their eyes on the prize, they can actually try and price out something significant. However, right now, there is an opportunity for Karnataka to launch another attack, but this time they'll have to be satisfied just with the run until there, because the flag was up, the flag that the players doesn't really look to or doesn't really like once they are launching themselves forward in full flow and full song. But nonetheless, it's time for Gujarat to try and get another ball forward. I reckon it's just the time for me to slow down a bit, because again, it was really a blitzkrieg of play, a blizzardy spell of play, where Karnataka almost took on UP, or rather, I mean, repeatedly saying this, UP, apologies for the same, taking on Gujarat repeatedly, considering the fact that they did literally shred them into pieces in that 5 minute spell where they scored 4 goals. And that is probably it's more than the credits for Karnataka. Obviously, they do deserve all the credits for being opportunistic, for having those predatory instincts, making good use of them. But at the end of it all, the Gujarat defense also had its own challenges. So that is something that the coach will really look into. Again, that's an attempt from Gujarat to try and snatch the ball. They're pressing harder. They do not want to be written off completely. They will be trying and find a couple of goals in this half. But at the moment, they'll have to fall back into a cautious retreat. This is a good tussle and eventually a phenomenal piece of defensive work there by Gujarat, as Tanvi Mavani darts out of a line and collects the ball comfortably. No troubles. A free kick awarded there to Gujarat. The ball's now at Karnataka. Sends another storming ball forward. There's acres of space ahead for Karnataka to try and launch another attack. But she was not just in the right mood to try and create the opportunity that could have allowed them to get in that number 6. And the corner comes floating in. The ball still remains with Karnataka. It has not been cleared in a convincing fashion. Karnataka keeps the possession with themselves alive, but eventually, while she was trying to actually send it back to the player of her own team, unfortunately, it just ended up getting it out of the bounds. This is a cracker of a battle between Karnataka and Gujarat. Gujarat right now haven't got the faintest of inklings of what they have been struck with. And once again, Karnataka comes darting forward from the left. They have used the wings and the central channel very effectively. So it's like that they know all possible avenues of attack and they are exhausting them. And they are exhausting them for the best. Because Gujarat is struggling. They haven't got an answer. And the shot comes floating in, an attempted header, but the distance was too much for her to try and cover that with a header. Ideally, when you're heading the ball, it's advised that you remain in the D box, because that usually creates the maximum impact. There are very few players who have headed the ball outside the D box from. One of the most notable names that we can mention is that of Luis Suarez, who smashed the ball into the back of the net from significant distance, and that too with his head. So again, you need a lot of power to be generated. You have to time your body movement, you have to sling your body in tandem with your head in order to get to generate the required power. But nonetheless, we're back in the game again. Gujarat still to open their account. They were the first ones to knock on the doors of Karnataka, but they were denied by Ashwarya. And since then, Karnataka has not just knocked, they have knocked louder and louder, banged on the doors, and eventually carved them open. This is another opportunity for Karnataka. Can they get the ball? Right now, Gujarat has a better say in it. Gujarat is slowly getting calm and composed. They were under the pressure. They're not really able to understand what had struck them there in the first half. So, and that was that blizzardy spell of play that almost left them seeking for breath, that almost left them panting all the time that Karnataka started marauding forward. This is another chance, but once again, Gujarat is right now in their senses, getting back to their elements, clearing the ball quickly. This is an opportunity for Gujarat, sends the ball forward. Can the Gujarat attacker try and unleash a shot? This is an opportunity, yes, but the flag was already up. So I reckon Gujarat will have to wait for that opportunity again. They'll have to rebuild from the scratch. That's how football is. You either try and get your way forward, or you have to rebuild from the back. There's no midway about it. You have to keep on believing. You need to have unwavering faith in yourself. It's just that you need to fine tune your strategies as well. Another chance for Karnataka, but then Gujarat this time was very equal to the task as they snatched the ball away from Karnataka and plays it forward. Karnataka will have to take care of the fact as well that given the temptation of those many attacks, it becomes a natural tendency for the team to start and sending more women forward so that they can get more goals for themselves. But that can be dangerous. Talking about which, it's goal number 6 for Karnataka. This time, more of a half-hearted attempt, but a clinically well-taken shot. Once again, the marker shrugged off after a quick twist and turn, and then arrived the side volley. What a side volley! Clinical perfection to say the least. And goal number 6 for Karnataka as Gujarat awaits, reels, and contorts in agony. She saw Tanvi Mawani was out of her line. She was slightly shifted towards that near post that gave her the idea of trying to go for that far post. That is footballing acumen at its majestic best. 39 minutes on the clock. And Gujarat is still looking for that second shot on target. This was really not the kind of outing that we were all expecting, particularly considering the firepower of both the sides. Karnataka has definitely done justice to their own. Gujarat, however, well, I won't say that they've struggled, but they have not really received the ball. They have not really received ample possession in order to launch those attacking aces. This is another lovely ball. Can Karnataka keep that in? It's a very difficult opportunity. It was going away. The punch had slightly bit more zing to it than the player would have actually liked for. And it eventually rolls out of play, and it's going to be a throw in here. Still 5 minutes of regulation time remaining on the clock, and then whatever extra time will be added on. Now here's a chance again. Can Gujarat create something? Can they get at least one goal? A long ranger comes floating in, but straight to the captain of Karnataka. Ashwarya quickly shuffles our line and collects it without any troubles whatsoever. Sends it launching forward, launching downtown rather. A bit of a chase there for Karnataka. Not the best of passes, but nonetheless it was well directed towards the goalkeeper. This has been some serious challenge for Gujarat in order to try and stitch the proper pass. Another chance knocks on the door for Karnataka, but Gujarat ensures the fact that they have their bases covered. Karnataka takes their time. A bit of a shimmy down there. Just couldn't really explore that small gap that they have. Again, the idea was correct. The execution wasn't. You also need to know that how much of a gap is enough gap in order for you to try and execute a through ball like that. This can really be a golden opportunity for Gujarat to try and unload a shot on target. Well, no. She took too long. She hoped that she can create a more categorical space for her in order to pull the trigger. But the Karnataka defense was absolutely resolute, absolutely steely in their mettle. I reckon the flag would go up. Yeah, the flag has gone up. So, again, 41 minutes on the clock. 6-0 in favor of Karnataka. And Gujarat chasing shadows and ghosts and all possible non-existent beings right now, because they haven't got anything to show for themselves. They have been outrun, outmatched, outgunned, outnumbered. This is absolutely overwhelming for Karnataka. A staggering goal difference already, and they have an entire half of football awaiting them. Almost every single time they have ventured forth, they have managed to find a goal for themselves. It has been that easy. It has been that frequent. The ball bouncing over. A bit of a push, a bit of a tug. And this time the referee blows the whistle. I reckon there was a bit of foul play involved, and the referee quickly laying down the law, and Karnataka just trying to disrupt Gujarat's momentum, trying to throw in a feet or two. And again, these are techniques that we would see in bigger games as well, just to these are like mind games, very small, very minute, but at the end of the day, they do have a psychological impact. That they control. This is another danger lurking on the horizon. Can she control the ball? She has support. Shot comes flying in, but deflected away by the Gujarat defense. And now Gujarat wanted to go forward with an attack of their own. The ball stays with Karnataka, however. They are not letting go of the possession. There's so much of space for them in the midfield. This is where it's all going wrong for Gujarat. It's an established maxim in the footballing argot that if you control the midfield, you control the game. And there are like not just pockets, but there are like there's an ocean of space for Karnataka to try and venture into. There aren't any Gujarat players in the midfield. They have literally given away the control of the midfield to Karnataka, and it simply doesn't get worse from there. Taking control over the midfield gives you the best vantage point, gives you a premium seat to witness your opposition's destruction. Karnataka on the surge again. They'll just need some time and space and some support. This is another lovely chance. They've sent it forward. Another goal scoring opportunity. Pace a minus and a simple tap in. That's goal number 7. Karnataka has managed to get themselves not ahead, but they've got themselves light years ahead of their counterparts. Once again there, a very meek shot should have been collected by Tanvi Mawani herself, but she let the ball bounce off her palms, and eventually a rebound fell at the feet of Gujarat, or rather of Karnataka, and Karnataka making it 7-0. This game is now beyond recognition for Gujarat. Their immediate intent should be to try and keep the ball away from the net as much as they can. They just don't want this scoreline to accentuate any further. It's now a question of repute. Their name have been tarnished. They've already been thrown into disrepute, because a margin like this, that too at the end of the first half itself, it's absolutely ghastly. Couple of minutes of additional time given away. Karnataka sends the ball forward again. Can they use that space that they wanted? Well, it doesn't seem like. Gujarat tried to converge upon that ball, but couldn't really find the required space to try and latch onto it. The defenders took good care of it. There's another chance for Karnataka. Pitches it forward, keeps on running. There's a long ball. Can Karnataka get goal number 8 before the final whistle for the first half is blown? They can! 10 seconds from regulation time of first half. Karnataka has made it 8-0, and Gujarat is under not just pressure. They have been absolutely obliterated from the game. Tanvi Mawani, she was slow in this outing, and despite a full-stretched extension of her feet, the damage was done. Gujarat has been broken, beaten, scarred, humiliated, and now are being buried 6 feet under. And that also marks the end of the first half. An entertaining first half that saw 8 goals, all of them going the host's way. And it was all Karnataka. There was absolutely no strands of resistance from Gujarat. And as we wait for the second half to resume, this is going to be another day, another of those fixtures where probably a team cruising ahead at the moment will try and extend themselves to figures which are remarkable and which would pen history in the antiquity of Indian women's football. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first half. We'll quickly confirm the score. Karnataka 8, Gujarat 0, and we'll return with the second half shortly. So do not forget to join us in the next 10 minutes.
Team Karnataka, all the best. Win it for us.
Good morning, boys. I'm Xavier Vijay Kumar, former Karnataka state player. Bring the trophy home. Jai Karnataka.
We, South United FC, wish Karnataka senior team for Santosh Trophy finals. All the best! Karnataka!
All the best, Team Karnataka. All the best.
Wishing you all the very best for the finals, Team Karnataka. Let's go.
All the best, Team Karnataka.
All the best, Team Karnataka.
All the best, Karnataka.
final. All the best.
Come on, Team Karnataka, you guys have come a long way. Make Karnataka proud. All the best, Team Karnataka.
All the best, Team Karnataka, for the finals.
On behalf of Raman Sports Academy, we wish Team Karnataka all the very best for the Santosh Trophy finals. All the best, Karnataka.
On behalf of all at Kodagu FC, we wish and pray for Team Karnataka. All the best.
We wish you all the best to win the Santosh Trophy. As a player, I couldn't do anything. As a coach, I couldn't do. You have crossed everything. We will be waiting you with the Santosh Trophy in the airport. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Best of luck, Karnataka! Best of luck, Karnataka!
Team Karnataka, all the best. Win it for us.
பேசுறதுக்கு ஒரு செகண்ட் முன்னாடி வச்சுட்டு பேசினா நல்லா இருக்கும். வெறும் கேம் அவ்வளோதான் கேட்கும். இங்கே இருக்கிறா இங்கே இல்லைன்னு அர்ஜென்ட்டாக கூப்பிட்டாங்க சங்கர்ண்ணா. ஆமாம் 3 o'clock தான் ஃபோன் பண்ணார். வீட்டில் தான் இருந்தேன் நான். சரி ஏனோ கண்ணாக்கு ரொம்ப டயர்ட் ஆகிடுது அப்படின்ட்டு ஃபோன் பண்ணேன். நான் நாளைக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன். அருண் திரும்பி பிளேயர்ஸ் வர்றது எடுக்கணுமா இல்லைன்னா நம்ம இதுலேருந்தே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாமான்னு கேளு. பிளேயர்ஸ் வர்றது எடுக்கிறது தேவையில்லை, திரும்பி அவங்க அப்படியே உள்ளே வந்துடுவாங்க. நினைக்கிறேன் மேலே வரணுமா? வந்தேன்னா நல்லாயிருக்கும். வந்தேன்னா நல்லாயிருக்கும். உக்காருக்கில்லப்பா, நீ வந்தேன்னா நல்லாயிருக்கும் அன்றேன் நான். ஏன்னா உக்காந்து இப்போ மேலே 3 பேர் இருக்கிறீங்க. எத்தனை கேமரா கேப்சர் பண்ணுறீங்க? यार फोन उनका इनका நீ பேசுனதே எனக்கு ஒன்றுமே கேட்கல. ஏனோ நான் கொஞ்சம் லைனில் வர சொல்லு. அண்ணா இதில் வந்து கொஞ்சம் லைட் கம்மியாச்சுன்னா நான் எம்மு போட்டுக்கிட்டோம்ண்ணா, பரவாயில்லையா? லைட்டு கம்மியாச்சுன்னா எம்மில் போட்டுக்கிட்டோமா? லைட்டு கம்மியாச்சுன்னா நான் நீங்கள் எம்மில் போட்டுக்கிட்டோமா?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the second half of the contest between Gujarat and Karnataka. And as things stand, after the customary shuffle of sides on your screen, the women adorned in white and maroon will be attacking on your screen from the right, or rather from the left to the right are the hosts Karnataka. And on the screen from the right to the left, we have the women adorned in orange, Gujarat. And as you can see in the scoreline, the hosts, they have made it their habit, or they've made it an outing to savor 8 goals already. Gujarat has been outclassed. Once again, one of the most alarming things that Gujarat has to take care of, that goal kick. That goal kick has been a severe bane for them, but this time it was much better. And now Gujarat can dart forward. Here's an opportunity, but again, they'll need the passes to be a lot better than that. It's a KSFS stadium that is also known as the Bengaluru Football Stadium. And a bit of exchange there as the ball stays with the goalkeeper now. Tanvi Mavani has been beaten a staggering 8 times. Fortune really didn't side with her today. Whatsoever attack has been launched on the shores of Karnataka or on the shores of Gujarat have left them drowning in the depths of despair and decadence. And here's Gujarat's desperate attempt to try and venture forward from the left, but it seems that they'll have to wait. Here's a quick throw and taken, a quick shuffle as well. Not the best of situations, or not the best of manners in which they actually got rid of the ball. Quickly threw that in. Once again, a bit of a tussle, and the referee is given away a free kick now in favor of Gujarat. "47 minutes on the clock." The referee asking the player to quickly fall back. It's important that they do, because Karnataka, they can control the tempo, and they obviously have the upper hand. But if Gujarat can find a goal in the next few minutes, I'm not saying that they will plug that entire deficit. That deficit almost seems next to impossible to be plugged in just one single half. But what I'm trying to say is that at least they can have something to smile about, something to look forward to, something to battle for. And that's a lovely ball. There's an opportunity now for Gujarat. Let's see if they can try and take it. But Karnataka are a lot more resilient. They're a lot more persistent about the fact that they will not let Gujarat have that final say. They'll not let Gujarat walk away with what they think can be beneficial for them. Gujarat comes darting from the right wing, looking for more support there. A cross comes in! What a goal that is! That's a clinical strike from Gujarat. Absolutely brilliant. Took her time, created the space, looked for that far left corner, and hammered it like a bullet that goes through the arms of Aishwarya A. That was a phenomenal hit from Gujarat, and it simply doesn't get better from here. Do we have a twist? Well, it's still a mile long away, but Gujarat has reasons to believe. Gujarat has reasons to fight for. Gujarat definitely now has the conviction growing. And a quick throw now, bobbling off the player's chest. Karnataka will need to be slightly careful. They just can't let goals like that happen. They'll have to cut short the spaces. Not taking anything away from the opposition. This is another golden chance for Gujarat. Goes for the shot, but ends up hammering straight at the player. This is really good. This is indeed a great game to witness. This is something that they will like. Both the teams will really like. 9 goals so far. There's another chance. Or now the ball's gone out. It's too meek right now. No troubles. Keeps on struggling for the ball now. Gujarat desperate again. Let me repeat. They have a lot of sheen in their firepower. But in order for the cannons to fire, you will need the entire cannon to be in shape. And that is where Gujarat has lacked. Their defense hasn't really provided the solidity that was expected of them. Karnataka comes knocking on the doors again. Takes the time quickly. Twists. Turns slightly. Not really phased by the sheer melee of Gujarat boots ahead of them. And that's a lovely chance. Can they score number 9? They can. Or I reckon the goal hasn't really stood. We'll have to check that out. I'm not particularly sure what exactly happened. Has the goal been given or has it been disallowed? We are not sure of it. I reckon it's been disallowed. So yes, the flag was off. But once again, we are showing that predatory instinct. That predatory instinct is what has really proved or proven to be the undoing of Gujarat at the moment. But this can be a golden chance for Gujarat again, only if they can speed past the defenders. But it seems that Karnataka had more steam than the Gujarat attacker had in her sails for this attack. 53 minutes on the clock. Headed away now. The ball's back with Gujarat. Can they create something significant? Goes past the defender with a brilliant footwork. A long ranger comes floating in, but that is definitely not going to beat someone of Aishwarya's stature. She is someone who imposes herself pretty wonderfully onto the fabric of the game. She knows how things pan out. She's the captain. That is the reason she's the captain of the hosts. But again, Gujarat on the rise. They keep possession alive at their feet, but again, the passes will have to get better than that. But yes, they're coming back. They're coming back. They're coming back hot at the moment. Karnataka hasn't really been the free-flowing unit that they were in the first half that saw them scoring 8 goals, that saw them scoring for sport, that saw them scoring for fun. This is a different half so far. In fact, the first half itself could have also seen Gujarat going forward if not for Aishwarya's stunning save. But the has already scored a screamer. Now the question is, how far can they sustain that momentum? How far can they utilize that as a catalyst? Because again, a goal definitely provides you that all-important galvanizer. But then again, you'll have to make good use of that. You'll have to create further momentum from that, because that will keep on dwindling. That's a lovely defense-winning delivery there. Can Karnataka keep it in? No, they can't. Just had a little more sting. before the ball crossed the bounds. It was really a chase that was worth of it, or that was worthy of it, but then just slightly falling behind there. Ball's back at Gujarat. Gujarat comes forward again, but this time Aishwarya darts out of a line in order to clear away the ball. No real struggles whatsoever. There's a chance for Karnataka again, but well defended there by Gujarat. Repelled away with a very staunch block. That's well taken care of by Gujarat again. Passes it forward. We'll be looking forward for some open space. That space will have to be created, but Karnataka with a decent piece of defending. But again, much better display now from Gujarat. They aren't really that same side that struggled that desperately in the first half. They are a much better side. They're a lot more expressive. And they can actually create all possible problems there for Karnataka, even for a momentary lapse of concentration. So Karnataka will have to be very, very careful now. You just can't go on free fire like they were, because Gujarat has learned from their mistakes, it seems like. And the goalkeeper Tanvi Mawani quickly darts out of a line and collects it. The first half was one abysmal half where Gujarat was really taken to the cleaners by the opposition. But the second half, they've started on a bright note. As I mentioned, that they probably cannot plug that entire deficit, but they can fight, and they can fight back. That is what is important. That mindset of fighting back, because this is a marathon league. You will have 5 games for yourself, so you can keep on fighting. All you need to do is just believe. All you need to do is just have that faith that yes, miracles do happen. And in order for miracles to happen, you will have to take that first step. You will have to take those shots. You will have to take those belters that can actually force the goalkeeper into trouble or force them into a crucial save. So yes, it's a combined process. It's a long process as well. It's not the easiest of all, but it should be followed at the end of it. As they say, that trust the process. Yes, trust the process is what should be the mantra of Gujarat girls. And now the things are getting slightly haywire for both the teams. Not something significant, but this is a chance for Karnataka. They wanted to poke it again at the near post, but this time she couldn't keep herself on target. And the ball sailed away from the goal without having any significant impact on the woodwork. And now the ball's back there. It was with Gujarat, but they have just given it away, so it's going to be a throw-in in favor of the hosts. Quick pass. A bit of a shimmy. A lovely shimmy outside now. That's forward. Keeps the ball with her. Karnataka comes knocking on the doors again, but shots like that won't really bother the goalkeeper. Firstly, it was not on target. And second of all, it was just all haywire. This is another lovely ball. Looking forward for some shooting space. This time tries to chip it over the goalkeeper. The idea was absolutely correct. The idea was insane as well. But then at the end, the ball didn't really dip into the back of the net. It was dipping menacingly, yes. Once again, Karnataka coming back to life. They were silent for a long time. And eventually they have started knocking on the doors again. There's another ball. Takes another long ranger straight to the arms of Tanvi Mawani. No real trouble. Another quick throw taken in. Karnataka wanted to knock on the doors, just try and check if they were open again, but no, they weren't. Gujarat on a long chase, but again, Karnataka goalkeeper will really not have any problems whatsoever. There's another nice ball, but again, this time Gujarat, as I mentioned previously, they are a change side in the second half. They aren't really coming unglued at the bare touch of a finger from Karnataka. That was exactly what was happening in the first half. They were not wilting under pressure, but they were wilting at the mere sight of Karnataka coming forward. And they wilted bad. But again, at the same time, in the second half has seen a renewed and a noble Gujarat. They are not that exact side that struggled so desperately in the first half. They even got that all-important opening goal for themselves, and that too in the form of a stunner. 60 minutes on the clock, still 30 minutes of football remaining, and it can change a lot of equation. This is another brilliant ball being sent in from Gujarat from the left, and the cross was decent, but it's just that it needed support. And this time Karnataka on a long chase, but the goalkeeper takes care of it. And this time the flag goes up, so it'll be a free kick now in favor of Karnataka. Karnataka comes knocking on the doors again, goes for a long ball, but well taken care of by Gujarat. Gujarat on the prowl again. However, it seems like the hosts have things under control. The second half has seen Gujarat imposing themselves in a much better version, in a renewed avatar of themselves. But Karnataka comes knocking on from the left, and they create that center. They won't really have that required space. Good defending now from Gujarat as an extended foot put in that all crucial block, and it'll now be a corner. And the corner comes floating in. An opportunity for Karnataka to try and extend their lead. But this time, however, Tanvi Mawani had a decent save. Did spill the ball out for a while, but the defenders had it covered, and it was actually in a very acute angle, so it wasn't really easy. However, there's a player down, and the other players and the medico has quickly rushed over. Karnataka players right now contorting and writhing in agony. It's not the best of spectacles, but at the end of the day, the treatment should be done, so that is exactly what is being done right now. She seems invisible agony. That's not really a sight that any of these players would like to witness. The stretcher has been asked for in the center just to ensure that she can have all the possible comfort that is needed. It's not. It's kind of a heart-wrenching sight because, as they say, that at the end of the day, players are expected to leave the field on their feet and not on stretchers. They're supposed to march off it. You're not supposed to stutter, stumble, or stagger in a stretcher. That's what the attire of a player means. But football is a body contact sport. Injuries like these are quite common. And yes, the player is being stretchered off the field. She'll be looked into that what exactly has happened. And in the meanwhile, we would resume with the game. It's a throw-in in favor of Karnataka. Opportunity for Karnataka again, but Gujarat ensures the fact that they are taking care of whatsoever leakages that they spilt out in the first half. The second half has been a lot more organized for Gujarat, and they have been a far improved side than what they were in the first half. This is what I was talking about, that last moment stretch that sent the ball away from the player. And a quick substitution coming in for Karnataka. It's number 11 who's taken the field for the player who was injured. Still to get back on her feet, so we'll obviously will get an update, but at the moment, as things stand, she's just tending to her injury. But here is a corner now for Karnataka, an opportunity to try and get that 9 that they're so desperately looking for a while. And the corner eludes everyone, goes to a Gujarat player who quickly stitches the ball forward. I reckon another player is down. She'll also need treatment. She's clutching onto her knee. That isn't the best of situations there. 69 minutes on the clock and a couple of prolonged stoppages. I guess it's her cuff that she's hurt. Again, these are very hot conditions out there in Bengaluru, so you need to understand that at times it can really be challenging for the players in order to maintain themselves, in order to maintain their hydration. It's never really easy for a player. The stretchers out again, a couple of injuries happening in quick succession for Karnataka. This can really be an alarming sign for them, because again, this is just the start of the tournament. They have a long road to cover. They have definitely been an excellent side, and they've literally ran roughshod over their counterparts, but at the end of it all, you never know how things change. Just a few moments ago, a player was substituted. And the game has resumed. The ball is now back with Gujarat. 70 minutes on the clock. It's Still 8-1 in favor of Gujarat, and now Gujarat has won the ball back. Plays one forward, but that wasn't really the best of passes, at least in the situation in which the Gujarat player was waiting. Gujarat just trying to keep the ball away from Karnataka right now. Quickly sends it after such an eventful first half. The second half has been more of a technical battle between the two teams. That bangs it straight onto the player. This is a chance again for Karnataka, but it'll roll back all the way to Tanvi Mawani. 20 minutes remaining on the clock. No real pressure at the moment on Karnataka. Gujarat, well, they know that they won't be able to plug that entire deficit, but they can at least try and get a couple of more goals. That will really give them hard, because 3 goals in the game is considered to be a very impressive display. This is a chance for Karnataka to try and whip in across, but Gujarat is absolutely persistent. But Karnataka, that was a neat trick shown by Karnataka. That's a nice turnaround. Yeah, try to dart away past 3 defenders. Across comes floating in. However, it eluded everyone and went out for a goal kick. Here's another substitution, the player who was just taken off. So yes, it's going to be a corner here. And the corner comes floating in. Opportunity for Karnataka to try and extend it to their 9th goal. Takes a shot, but straight at Tanvi. No damage done. And now Gujarat surges forward. There is space ahead of them, but I reckon the support's not there. A long ranger comes in straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, Aishwarya. They'll need support. They're trying to make it. They're trying to take shots from quite long ranges, and that is not working for them. They're kind of throwing shots in the dark. Still 17 minutes of regulation time, and I reckon it's gonna be slightly prolonged additional time because of the couple of injuries that has happened. Once again, they tried to create that defense splitting pass, but that was well taken care of by an alert Gujarat, and now Gujarat are on their way forward. Can she outpace her marker? She won't be able to. Well, I don't think that there was any kind of connection involved, because it was a very clean tackle there, a clean slide that came in, but I reckon she lost her balance and there was a bit of a pull there on her calf. Yeah, that is exactly what it signifies. There's a bit of pull there on her calf, and that is what she's tending to. Once again, it's due to the sweltering heat of the ground. It's good to see that she's back on her feet. There's an opportunity. Karnataka once again on the move, Can they create something better from there? They're trying to venture from that right wing. That's a lovely ball. Opportunity for them to knock it in. No, it was going away from her. By the time she could have impacted the shot, that was miles away. There. And again, not really easy. It didn't really fall into her hitting arc. Or rather into a striking arc. Gujarat now on the move. They'll need a lot more support. They'll need more personnel come up. The damage has been done. They shouldn't be, they shouldn't be thinking about the fact that what is the possible state of affairs. Another chance. The ball almost did fall for Gujarat. But Karnataka managed to get it back up. And now Karnataka can dart forward. Yes, they have a few options up ahead. A quick turn, but Gujarat quick to crowd them over, and a free kick given in favor of Gujarat. It's another long ball. Now the ball's fallen back for Gujarat. Can Gujarat stitch together a neat pass? It just seems that Karnataka has always been one step ahead of them. They've crammed down the spaces. They have not really allowed Gujarat to breathe as they would have wanted. This is a decent ball. But once again, Karnataka quickly rushing back in order to snatch it away. The referee also blew the whistle because the flag was up. Final 13 minutes of the regulation time, and whatever time will be added on. Another long throw, and yes, Karnataka with the throw. They are right now. They've slowed down the kind of hunts that they were coming forward to in this first half. Well, I guess they know that the damage has been done. There's no point of wasting their energy. They're just saving their legs. This is another fine opportunity, but before the Karnataka player could have latched onto it, a quick run forward there from Tanvi, and eventually a comfortable collection at the end of the day. No real trouble. 78 minutes on the clock, and it's 8-1 in favor of Karnataka, the host. This has so far been the most imposing win, or rather, this has been the most imposing margin in the first few fixtures of the Hero 27 NFC for women. So yes, I reckon that tells you a lot of stories, that makes you understand that the kind of domination that has been stitched together by Karnataka, it was expected at the end of the first half. Like the way they scored 8 goals without any ado, with like the way they just toyed with their opposition. It was expected that maybe they will be eyeing that double figure mark that would have actually allowed them to create the fear in the opposition's heart. Well, at the moment, the scoreline that is there, that will also, they'll have to be extra careful once they cross paths with with the hosts. But again, one needs to understand that the kind of football that is Karnataka in the second half, if you're up against better teams than you in this tournament, this kind of football will really end up in getting you punished. A couple of substitutions here for Gujarat. Just that one goal for Gujarat, but that goal was nonetheless an absolute stunner that went flying into the back of the net, roaring harder than Superman. A bit of a goalkeeping action there because Karnataka was once again on the prowl. Karnataka still looking to chase the ball, still hoping if they can find that shooting space for that all-important 8th goal, or rather 9th goal. They already have 8. Gujarat now coming all the way from the right, stitches the ball forward. A long chase for Gujarat and the Karnataka defender, but eventually it's a goalkeeper who quickly came out of a line to collect it. A bit of a tussle there in the box, but won't really bother any of them. At the end of the day, it's a throw in favor of Gujarat. And that's a long ranger that would be comfortably collected by the goalkeeper. No real troubles whatsoever. Karnataka continues to be the dominant side, but Gujarat a lot more resolute, a lot more resilient in the second half. This is another chance. Shooting space. The shot comes in. What a stunning save. Oh, it's a twin save. The ball wasn't completely collected, well taken care of in the first go. It was dipping and dipping menacingly. But again, it was comfortably taken care of by the goalkeeper. That was a kind of a stinger, a very sharp palm stinger. There you go. Bam. Saved, and then quickly, noting the fact that the ball's actually heading towards the goal, was taken care of by the goalkeeper, Tanvi. Karnataka comes knocking on the doors again, but this time it's a throw-in that is going to go in their favor. They are just taking as much time as they can. They are in no possible hurry. 7 minutes of regulation time remaining, plus the additional minutes. And the throw comes in. Not really the best of throws. Well taken care of by Gujarat. The ball still remains with Karnataka now. Another throw-in. This is an opportunity. And the ball's gone away. Another stinging shot there. It was a bit of a question. A few questions were asked. But then Tanvi does an excellent job of keeping things under control. And now Gujarat on their way forward. And the referee blowing the whistle. It's a free kick in favor of Gujarat, but once again, almost from the midway line. And the goal kick comes knocking in, but then again, well taken care of by Karnataka. Gujarat trying desperately to keep the ball along with them. It's a long chase for the Gujarat player. I don't think that she'll be able to make it. Once again, the Karnataka defense stands tall in front of Gujarat's repeated invasions. The problem with Gujarat's attacks are that they aren't well coordinated. They're mainly isolated, to be honest, and that is what they'll have to work on, because again, isolated attacks won't get you anywhere. Yes, there will be a few moments of madness, but it will not be everything that you're looking forward to. Once again, Gujarat comes knocking on the doors, tries to create a forward pass, but nobody to support. This is exactly what I've been talking about. Like, the coordination is missing. In football, it's a 11th man game for a reason. You have to keep on coming together. You have to keep on battling together. That's how things happen. But somehow or the other, at the moment for Gujarat, it's more or less isolated movements, isolated maneuvers that has so far made them believe that they can get it done, they can get it going. But they haven't really been able to make it. Simple collection at the end of the day, yeah? For Tanvi. Final few minutes coming up. Karnataka once again on the move, desperate for that 9th goal, desperate to get something at least in their own half. A lovely turnaround. Karnataka once again will have their all bases covered. This is the chance for Karnataka again, but once again denied by Tanvi. It isn't the best of forms of attack that they wanted for. They are simply not being allowed an iota of space right now. They've tried really, really hard, but at the end of it all, they've ended up depositing the ball in the hands of the goalkeeper. And now Gujarat comes knocking on the doors again. It's a pass. The passes have been so poor that they have not actually reached the players that they were intended for. This is exactly why you have to be a lot more precise with your passes. You should know where you're headed for or what you're looking forward to. It's very important. And this is a chance now. Another opportunity for Karnataka, knocking on the doors, quickly stitches a short pass, hoping that maybe that would have been a better effort, and it has eventually been. After hours of knocking on the doors, Karnataka has managed to get their ninth as 5 minutes of additional time has been granted. It took them a while. Repeated knocks on the door. There you go. This time, once again, the defense couldn't really put in that required effort. Can they go on to that 10th before the final 5 minutes run out? Finally, something for Karnataka in the second half after what was a dominant first half. Gujarat really put on a battle in the second, just to be undone in those dying embers. Karnataka comes knocking on the doors again, but this time Gujarat has intercepted. They want an attack of their own, but Karnataka will reclaim the possession for themselves. But that was a poor ball. They'll allow Gujarat to regroup, keep the possession. This is one thing that I'm really still not understanding, that why are they taking the difficult routes of the pass? She had a player to her left, so she had to pass that on quicker than she thought. But then at the end of the day, she wanted to pass it to someone who wasn't in the best of positions to receive it and run. Something that should be really taken care of by Gujarat. They have really made life difficult for themselves. Karnataka once again with that interception, looking forward for that space and help. But it feels as if Karnataka has just given everything in that first half. They are exhausted right now, and despite all that attempt, despite that goal, they haven't been at their phenomenal best. They have just stuttered, stumbled, and the problems keep on rising for them in the second half. When I say problems, it isn't alarming ones, but the fall from grace, ideally the kind of expectations that they have at the right at the top, things didn't really work out in that way. Another long ball stitched forward, and once again the goalkeeper would come out. The Gujarat player is appealing for a high boot there, but the referee says nothing doing, go forward, let's get forward with the game. And the ball gets out of play. Still 2 minutes of the game time remaining, and 10 goals have been scored, 9 from Karnataka, 1 from Gujarat. Gujarat probably scored the best goal of the day. It was a stunner from the wings that left the goalkeeper rooted to her spot. Couldn't have done anything. It was a picture perfect finish. But other than that, for Karnataka, it has been a team game that has allowed them to dart forward significantly. 10 goals, and out of them 9 came from their feet. They're still looking for the 10th goal. They want those double figures next to their name, but I reckon time is slowly whizzing by. They'll have to quickly take over the reins if they want to create chances, and if not, then maybe they'll have to be satisfied at the end of the day with this margin. Well, obviously this isn't just a satisfying margin, but this is an ecstatic margin. And a quick throw taken away, and another throw going Gujarat's way now. Final 50 seconds of the game. Gujarat will really want themselves to be put out of the misery at the moment. It feels like excruciating torture. It feels as if somebody has put a spell on them and they are barely able to move, wherein Karnataka has really managed to knock on the doors louder and louder. There's a chance for Karnataka again. Oh, that wasn't the best of passes. That definitely wasn't the best of passes. She could have taken the time before actually letting it loose, but then she was in a hurry. It's a corner for Karnataka. The last throw of the dice for the hosts. Can they make it 10-1 from this? Header! And she has dragged it wide. And that also marks the end of the game. A sumpter start to the tournament for the host Karnataka as they triumph over Gujarat in the most stunning fashion, beating them 9 goals to 1. This is absolutely resonating and a sumpter's display from both the sides. Kudos, ladies and gentlemen, as they walk out from the center with the bragging rights of the game. This is brilliant. This is a learning lesson for all of these girls. Don't mind the margin, don't mind the scorecard. But at the end of it all, even the scorecard would matter when it comes to the points table. So that marks the end of the second fixture, second Group 6 fixture, live from the Bengaluru Football Stadium as Karnataka wins 9 goals to 1 over a hapless Gujarat. We'll quickly try and show you the confirmation of that final scoreline. That would probably give you a better answer. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Karnataka 9, Gujarat 1.
Congratulations to both teams.
It will be all over the
Player of
place.
the match award will be
Or it
given
was all over the place for Gujarat.
by
And that
our
is all,
own
ladies
General
and gentlemen,
Secretary,
from
Mr.
today's
Satya.
fixture. We will return shortly, or rather, we'll return after the day with another couple of impressive fixtures. Till then, stay tuned, stay
The player
posted,
of the match
take
is
care,
jersey number
stay
10,
safe.
Maitreyi.
This is your commentator Rohit signing off. Thank you again for joining in.
With a total of 6 goals.